Hey everyone, today's tutorial is this fresh spring inspired makeup look. I'm going to start off by using this product by Bliss, and this is called Fabulips, and it's a foaming lip cleanser. So it's a great way to prep your lips if you're going to be wearing a colour. The idea of it is that it brings up any impurities in the skin. Also, if you've been wearing something like a red lipstick and it's stained, this is a good way of getting rid of some of that colour. This is something I've had in my kit for years. I always use it on models in between using lip colours. You leave it on for about 30 seconds and then you just use some water to remove it. The foundation I'm using today is Luxe Liquid Foundation by glo-minerals. This was sent to me a little while ago and I love it. The brush I'm using to apply it is by Zoeva and it's their 107 powder polish brush. So this foundation is a mineral based makeup and it's got an SPF of 15 in it. It's a sheer to medium coverage and it's quite buildable. They say it's got a dewy finish to it. On camera it does have a dewy finish, but in the flesh I find it's not as dewy, but that's better for me because I'm actually oily skinned. So after a few hours then I'll get that dewy appearance to my skin and I would need to powder down. It's formulated with light diffusing diamond powder, so it photos beautifully and it does give you that soft focus feel. Next I'm taking this Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer. So many of you ask me why I don't usually apply a concealer, so this time I decided I would. I don't apply concealer because I don't particularly need it. I don't have dark circles as such, so until I need to conceal something I don't really use it. But I do want to use it today just to brighten up under the eye and to show you how it looks. I think a lot of people apply concealer for the sake of applying it because other people do, but unless you've got something to conceal then there's not really a reason to have to apply it if you can get the coverage with foundation. I'm also applying a tiny amount of that just around my nostril area just to take away any redness and down the centre of it, just to draw a little bit of light to that area. I'm going to set that in place with the powder from this Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer. So this is going to prevent it from creasing by setting it in place. It's going to mattify the area so we don't have too much shine, and it's also going to leave a little bit of lightness under the eye, again just helping to brighten that area. I like to press over my face with my hands just where I've applied the powder, and the warmth from my hands just makes it look a little less powdery. Next I'm taking Hoola by Benefit, and as you can see this is one of my well loved boxes, and I'm using the big powder brush from Real Techniques. I'm applying that around the circumference of the face, so right into the hairline, all the way around the forehead, down the temples in a C shape onto the cheekbone area. This is going to give us a nice halo of bronze to our face, but I'm using a powder that doesn't contain any light reflecting pigments. This is quite a matte finish. I also work in a C shape from the cheekbone area round just past the earlobe and down around the jaw. So we're doing the perimeter of the face and then down the neck. I'm then taking my tiny Kabuki brush from Ray Morris and I'm dipping that into a little bit of the Hoola, and then I'm just taking that down the sides of my nose. This is just going to give me a slightly thinner appearance to the bridge. It also helps by adding a little bit of colour to the centre of the face. We're pulling that whole bronzy appearance together. Now we want to brighten the face up by adding a little bit of spring to it, so we're going for this nice peachy coral blush. I've used this particular shade a few times in tutorials. This one's called Juicy Moods and it's in the Glamour Glow Elegance palette by Kryolan. To apply it I'm using the Real Techniques Tapered 300 brush, and I'm applying that colour to the outer half of the cheek. This isn't the kind of colour you want to apply on the apple of the cheek because it can make you look quite clown-like. As it's quite a strong colour, it's best to apply it, blend it out, then go over with your powder brush, and then if you need more, then reapply it. So now we've got the base makeup done, we're going to move on to brows. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this one is in medium brown. So always start at the very front of the brow and at the very base of the brow. Always remember the inner half should always be the lightest part. So you want to flick your pencil through the brow, creating small hair strokes, and then you want to turn your pencil over and use the spoolie side to feather the colour through. Less is more when you're creating a naturally filled in, groomed eyebrow. You want to be able to see the appearance of hair and you want to be able to see the skin underneath. Yes, you want to create a fuller looking brow, but you do not want to look like you've got penciled on eyebrows. If you don't have a naturally nice shape to begin with, then use a stencil. Apply a little bit of colour through the stencil, then work your pencil over the top to create hair marks. Again, it will look more natural and less penciled in. To add a nice fresh glowy dewy appearance to the eyes, I'm using this Lid Last eyeshadow pen by Pixi, and the colour I'm using is called Gentle Gold. I'm concentrating the majority of this colour on the inner corner of the eye and around the tear duct area, and this is going to give us a nice open and bright appearance to our eyes. Then I'm going to rub a small amount of that eyeshadow onto the end of my finger, Then rub 2 fingers together to warm the product up, and then I'm going to place that on top of my mobile eyelid. This is now going to be a base for the next colours that I'm going to apply. Next I'm taking these highlighter blushes from the Elegance palette. I'm taking the peach one at the top and the coral one, and I'm going to layer them together, and as you can see it gives you a really nice shimmery pink shade. Now I didn't realise that the camera hadn't recorded me applying it, so I'm just going to show you where I applied it. So onto the middle part of the mobile eyelid and back towards the outer corner. Next you want to take any matte brown eyeshadow. I'm using this dark one from the Nars God Created the Woman palette, and I'm using a small angle brush from Crown just to push that on the outer corner of the eye close to the lash line. I'm taking that a third of the way across the eye, and at the outer corner I'm just pulling the colour out ever so slightly to create a small point. The reason I've chose to use eyeshadow over eyeliner is because it gives you a softer, more supple appearance. And the idea of creating this eyeliner at the outer corner of the lash line is just to make the eyelashes look thicker. With what's left on the bristles, I'm just running that underneath the lower lash line, again only a third of the way down, so it's ever so very subtle. By doing this, it's just going to help frame the eye and make them look a little less tired. Next I'm giving my lashes a good old curl with my Uemura eyelash curlers. As we're only going to be applying mascara and some small individual lashes, you really want to give them a nice curl. The mascara I'm using at the minute is the Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes, and I really like this mascara. I particularly love the wand because it's tapered at the end, so you can get right into the inner corner and get those lashes. Even after just one coat you can see the difference in my lashes. So once I've done the top, I move on to my bottom lashes. I go over both sets of lashes a couple of times so we get a nice build up of mascara. What I like about the Charlotte Tilbury one is that it doesn't budge throughout the day, so you don't end up with panda eyes. Next I'm taking this tray of individual lashes from Eldora False Eyelashes, and I'm applying about 5 or 6 to the outer corner of both eyes. This is going to give us a really pretty, soft, flirty appearance to our eyes. I do have a close-up tutorial on how to apply these. I will put it in the description bar for you. Now the makeup's sat on the face for a little while and it's warmed up, I'm going to apply a little bit more blush and then again go over that with my powder brush just to soften it. For the lips, I'm taking this Tarte Cosmetics Amazonian Butter lipstick in Coral Blossom. It's a very similar consistency to the MAC Cream Sheen lipsticks. Now again, as this is a spring look, I don't add too much colour, so I'm dabbing off the excess and then I'm just going to apply gloss over that so we get a nice dewy appearance to the lips. And this is a clear one by Dior. If you apply just a little bit to the centre of the lips and not the outer corners, then you'll get more of a pouty appearance. And that is my spring inspired makeup look complete. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a very everyday wearable look, so it's a little bit different to some of my other tutorials, but I'm hoping that you enjoyed it just as much. If you haven't done already, then please subscribe. You can click on the subscribe button now, and if you've missed any of my previous tutorials, you can click on these and it will take you to those. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Bye!